Morning folks, today we're going to do a little unboxing thing, but it's also to do with these little fellas, tomatoes. A lot of the ones I grow, well I've managed to get to grow because I've lost quite a few plants with the heat. They're more of a sauce variety, but they're also very thick skinned. So they take a bit more sort of prep work and that. So this one is to do with a gadget that I've bought that, if it works, it should take me time in preserving. So first part is that. Other part is, excuse me, is that. Now, obviously, most people know that that's a meat grinder. Electric meat grinder. Now the idea is this attachment that I've got in here fixes to this, and then you put your tomatoes in and it's supposed to sieve out all the seeds, the skins, all any harder bits that are in it, and it's only supposed to let the pulp through with the liquids. So what I do with mine, because obviously they don't ripen all at the same time, I crop them. I've got yellows and reds this year, so the yellows I've kept separate to the red ones so they don't all mix up. The idea is to jar them up, bit of basil, bit of garlic or whatever after I've simmered them down to thicken them, and then that's equivalent to pasta sauces. So obviously I'll learn the recipes as I go, but this one is primarily to find out if this machine will fit this machine and do the job it's supposed to do. So we'll unbox first. I'll try and put a link down onto this if it works. Obviously if it doesn't work, it's not the point in putting a link on. Right. Let's have a look. So that's the main tube. That's the cover. There. Instructions. Forgot my glasses. Alright, tomato juice. Metal model. So you can obviously get a plastic one as well. Yeah, so that's the metal one. Right, rather than trying to read it out, I think I'll just go for what I think it's supposed to be, and we'll see what happens. So obviously I'll store my different cutting blades, the different grade blades inside the machine. Take the blades out, put them one side. Now with these you get another auger inside, and obviously the idea being that auger sits, there's a square collar down on the end of the original one that holds the cutting blade. Now to my understanding the idea is that this auger is supposed to connect over the top. Oh, it does. We'll get easily excited. So obviously that elongates the auger, makes that longer, and the idea being that, I'm not sure how close I need to be for this, obviously I'll do a close-up demonstration in a bit, but obviously this one sits inside and it's a relatively tight fit to the actual holes on that, and as the tomato goes through it's pushed against it as pulp comes out, and then your other bits and bobs come out the end here, go into a separate pot. Well, that's the idea anyways. So let me just see, this is some sort of adjustment thing, but I'm not sure how it adjusts it, unless it just slows down the speed that the pulp can come through. Take that out. Obviously, there the blade, and I think, is that aluminium? Yeah, this is all aluminium. think that's aluminium as well, yeah. But the actual grill is stainless steel. Again, the only thing that people need to be careful with when using aluminium parts to do with tomatoes and all that lot is, even though they don't taste acidic, they are quite acidic, and you'll tarnish these. So obviously you have to make sure they're really clean in between usage, and you clean it out thoroughly once you've actually done it to get the acid off the metal. But I might be telling people how to suck eggs there. Make sure it's clean. Now obviously before I actually put the tomatoes through, I'll clean it properly, but I'll do that when I get set up out in the kitchen part. So make sure that's there. Now, which way up does that go? Don't think it really matters, because it closes in anyways. So you re-close that in, make sure that goes in properly would help. There we go. So once that closes back up, the actual join on it sits behind the metal trim there. Now, auger, that sits in there. Now I'm just trying to work out that adjustment screw. Gently, it can be worked on. Adjust the screw. Yeah, so that's exactly what it is. The adjustment screw is it'll allow thicker substance out of the end so it doesn't strain it out too much, or you can tighten it down a bit and you can get more of the pulp to come out with the juice itself. So for me, that'll be getting set quite tight because I want to get most of it out, because obviously I'm cooking it down to thicken it afterwards. We'll start off, we'll put this one back in there, just making sure that this is all good nick here. Might need a new washer on there soon. But we'll put that back in the machine. So there's that one. Now, obviously you need your fixing collar. I'm not sure if that's going to go over. No, it's not. So we'll take that back off for a second. So fixing collar over. I'm hoping that's going to fit there, yeah. Got to work out, line that up. Put the adjuster back in. Put that down to there for now. Now the plastic bit is the cover sleeve. I'm not sure how that is supposed to fit. Can't come that way obviously, so I'm not sure if it's going to fit with my machine, to be honest. Turn that a bit more. Right, well the cover's not going to fit on with my machine. So I'm going to have to work out that. I think I'll have to cut it a bit shorter. Yeah, because it's not fitting with the collar unless I can fit that under. No, there's a little nib there. So if I nick that off. Yeah, let me just get something. I'm just going to try that and see if I can get it to fit. know whether this will work, but so I'm just trying to think if there's any. No, I can't see any other way of getting that to do that. So what it is a small little nib there. Now I don't know why in particular it won't fit on, but unless these machines are, these locking nuts are different sizes on different machines, I don't know. So let's have a little try and slowly wiggle that off. Right, now we'll see if it works. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So obviously that's the idea, is so when the thing's spinning around inside, the pulp can't and squirt up in the air. So it's all supposed to go down. Then the idea is you put one bowl here, that catches the liquids, and then you put another bowl at the other end, and that's the one that catches the solids. So what I'll do is I'll clear a space out in the kitchen, I'll reset the camera up, and we'll go from there, and we'll see if it actually works the way it's supposed to. Right, catch you in a mo. Alright, back again folks. Let's hope that this works. Right, the machine's going to be quite noisy, so what I'll do is I'll try and mute it as we go, but I'll just show so you get the same result as me on whether it works or not. Right, where's my little plunger? There it is. Make sure it's dusted off. Right, there we go. Not convinced that's connected properly. So shifty. I don't think that other auger's turning. No, so it's not connected up fully. So messing it up already. Take that away. Right, so all this goes up in here. Now in principle it's working, but I can't understand why that bit isn't. Just take some of this out. Ah, I see. Right, I think that's got it this time. There's a locating grub on the side of the thing that I don't think I've got on. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's now spinning inside. Let me just rinse my hands off and we'll carry on. quickly get that. That back under there. Right, I'm going to stick this on as well because I don't want to make a mess. So another go. There we go. It's not going through too well, I think, because obviously they're designed for a bit more than I'm putting through. Obviously this is only a tester. Let's move some of this out of the way for a minute. So there's your other solids pulp at the top. A bit of a undo that again now. Yeah, so now the bell itself is clear. It's just because I'm not putting vast amounts through, it's not showing up the straining capabilities too well, I think. Yeah, so I mean the tube itself is relatively clear. As I say, I think the more you put through it, the more it pushes it and actually gets it and push the seeds and everything through. But obviously, because the auger's only half full, it wasn't putting it right the way out. Now, if I was doing it as a bulk, I would probably run the sieved out stuff through again, but you know, it's wet, but it's not super wet. So I mean, I'm fairly happy with how that's gone. Let me just rinse my hands once more. quick. No, there's no seeds, no bits of skin. Obviously, once you've simmered it down to, you know, make your sauces and all that, like to thicken it like you would anything, I think that'd be quite good. Right. Alright, hopefully that's been informative in some way. As I say, I'll try and put a link down for the actual gadget, so that those of you that have got meat grinders and that, it might be worth you getting one if you're doing a lot of tomatoes. As I say, most of ours are a sauce based one rather than the salad tomatoes, so that was primarily what we grew them for, was to get the sauces to make up our own stored stuff for winter. So we'll give that one a go. I mean, if anybody's interested in seeing how to do that, I can try and do a video on it. I mean, I'm not an expert and I'm still learning most of it myself. So a lot of it will be what I pick up from YouTube and then put back on again. So but if anybody wants that, we'll see what we can do. Other than that, if you could share this, that'd be handy. Please give it thumbs ups, because obviously that's what boosts the views up for other people, and it's a great help for the channel. But other than that, see you next time. Take care. Bye.